Your SP does not have free will in your reality. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down why your SP doesn't have free will in your reality and why free will is actually an illusion. But first, if you would like to get one-on-one coaching with me to help you manifest anything you desire, you can sign up for coaching below. I also offer an online course, Manifest Your SP Mastery, that is very accessible, that you can get instant access to by also clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's now get back to this video. Your SP does not have free will in your reality. So the truth of the matter is, everybody is you pushed out. And what this means is that you are always deciding, curating, and dictating what your SP thinks about you, what they feel about you, and how they act towards you. And you're always doing this through the story that you are telling, through your affirmations. So every time you're telling a story about your SP, let's say, for example, you tell the story, my SP loves me, my SP adores me. What is happening in that moment is that you are selecting that version of your SP from the quantum field that already thinks this way and feels this way about you. So, you're selecting the version of your SP that loves you, that adores you, and that misses you, because this is a story that you're telling. Now, as you keep persisting in this new story, so that it becomes your dominant story, your subconscious mind has to produce proof of this in your 3D reality. And therefore, this is when you will experience the version of your SP that loves you, that misses you, and that wants to be with you. Now, equally, you could have stories that are negative in nature, that go against what you want when it comes to your SP. So maybe for you right now, you have stories that says, my SP hates me, my SP doesn't love me, my SP is not ready for commitment. So every time you're telling that story, you are selecting that version from the quantum field of your SP that doesn't love you, that doesn't want to be with you, and that's not ready for commitment. And when that becomes your dominant story or your dominant thought pattern around your SP, your subconscious mind has to produce proof of that in your reality. And this is when you will experience the version of your SP that is unfavorable, that you don't want. So my message here is that you are always manifesting the version of your SP that you are getting. You are never not manifesting. Sometimes people say, well, how do I manifest? Well, here's the thing. You're always manifesting. You're always doing it. Most people are just not conscious of the stories that they're telling or the thoughts that they are thinking. But once they become conscious, then they can change their stories and they can begin to tell favorable stories around their SP. So you are always deciding what version of your SP you are getting in your reality, because your SP is you pushed out. And that is what is meant by everybody is you pushed out. You are always deciding the version of people that you get through the stories that you're telling yourself in here. Now, to go into this on a deeper level, your assumptions when it comes to love and relationships usually fall into two categories. Your self-concept, which is the way you see yourself in general when it comes to love and relationship, plus your assumptions around your SP, which is how you see yourself in relation to your SP. So the specific stories that you have around your SP. So let's take a closer look at this. You could have a self-concept that says, I suck at love and relationship, I'm not worthy of love, I'm not deserving of love. And because you have this self-concept of yourself that says, I'm not deserving or worthy of love, your SP then has to show up that way. Your SP has to mirror back your self-concept, which is just your assumption. Equally, you might have a really high self-concept that says, you know what, everybody loves me, I am always treated like a queen. But you have a specific story around your SP that says, my SP doesn't love me, my SP is not ready for commitment. So this means that your self-concept excludes your SP because you have a specific story around your SP. And so this is why, again, you could be getting the version of your SP that you don't want in your 3D reality. But my message here is that you are always deciding the version of your SP that you're getting in your 3D reality through either your general self-concept or through the specific story that you have around your SP. This is always happening 24/7. So, a lot of the time, sometimes people think, well, is it manipulation? You are imposing on somebody else's free will. Well, not really, because your SP doesn't actually have free will in your reality. You're always deciding the version of them that you get through the story that you're telling about them. So free will is an illusion. In your reality, you are the operant power. You are God of your reality, which means whatever story you are telling, your SP has to show up that way. Like, moreover, the dominant story that you're telling, your SP has to show up that way. So they don't have free will. It's an illusion. This is something that you're always doing. For people that think, oh, well, it's manipulation. Well, then let's talk about the version of your SP that doesn't love you, that doesn't want to be with you, and that hates you. Why is it that this version of your SP is in your reality? Well, that's the result of your previous assumptions and your previous stories about them that says my SP doesn't love me, my SP hates me. When that became your dominant story, you know, you were selecting that version of your SP from the quantum field that feels this way about you, and then your subconscious mind produced proof of that. So is that manipulation? No, right? You manifested that version of your SP that doesn't love you. And that's not manipulation, because you're not changing anybody's mind. You're simply selecting a version of your SP that already thinks this way, feels this way, and acts this way towards you. And you're constantly doing it through the stories that you are telling. So it's not manipulation, because you're not trying to change anybody. You're simply selecting the version of them that you prefer. Or, you know, for some people, they could be selecting the version of their SP that they don't prefer without knowing like what they are doing. But effectively, this is how it works. The stories that you are telling are so important. The thoughts that you are thinking are so important. This is what is dictating the version of your SP that you're selecting from the quantum field that already thinks this way and feels this way about you. And when your stories become dominant within you, your subconscious mind has to produce proof of that in your 3D reality. Think of your subconscious mind as a 3D printer that is always printing the dominant story that you are telling it. Now, sometimes people ask the question, well, okay, if my SP doesn't have free will in my reality, then how are they creating for their reality? Well, it's the same thing. In their reality, they're the operant power of their reality, and nobody has free will in their reality. So there are infinite versions of people. And the easiest way to think about this is to just understand that in your reality, nobody has free will. Everybody's you pushed out. You always win, which means even if your SP was into the law of assumption and knew all this stuff, it doesn't matter. The minute you start telling the story, my SP loves me, my SP adores me, you are the operant power of your reality, which means you will always win. They have to show up that way. You are simply selecting that version of them from the quantum field that already thinks this way and feels this way about you. Remember, you're not changing anybody's mind. You're simply selecting the version of them that you prefer. So to summarize, my message here is that your SP is always showing up in your reality in accordance to either your general self-concept, how you see yourself in general, or they are showing up in your reality as a result of your assumptions about them, the specific stories that you have about them, period. Which means that they don't have free will. You're always the one deciding, curating, and dictating exactly how you experience them in your 3D reality through the stories that you are telling. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.